Well, we're glad you're here with us for another edition of Wide Open with Dr. Sylvia Atkinson from Jasper Dental Associates, right here on your hometown radio station, WYYC Jasper. Hey, Dr. Sylvia, how are you today?
Doing well. Good to be here. Thanks, Ava.
Well, we're glad you're here with us as well. Now, the last couple of shows have just kind of been a question and answer type thing. We're going to kind of do the same thing today, but this is going to be about specific products that we use for our dental care at home. And your recommendations of brand names, that they contain a certain percentage of things, that type of thing. So, any kind of information you can give us on the best products we can be using.
All right. I'll give that some thought and we'll exchange some ideas. One of the things I would tell people to look out for is products that are promising you whiter teeth. Over-the-counter products that promise you whiter teeth in the form of toothpaste. A lot of times there are abrasive materials in these products that you don't want to use for a long period of time because it can damage your enamel. If you want to try to bleach your teeth without the direction of a dental practice, the crest whitening strips do work as directed. If they're used as directed, they'll work, and they shouldn't cause you any problems. I'm sure there are cautionary remarks in terms of side effects in the packaging, so I won't go into that. But if you're trying to whiten your teeth, get our help. Number one, because there may be you may have deposits on your teeth from the calcium in your saliva that you cannot get off with a toothbrush. You need our help to remove some of these hard deposits. And we have whitening systems that we can use in the office and can be a little bit more controlled, and then send you home with a product that's going to bleach your teeth at home and customize trays to fit over your teeth. So that's one cautionary tale. I know there's a lot of fear and when it comes to medications or ingredients, fluoride in particular, but tooth decay is in a worldwide, I guess you would call that a pandemic, not an epidemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fluoride has been one of the products that we have been able to use as a society of humans to help decrease that. And I would say that whenever you're looking at medications and their use in your body in any way, always weigh the benefits with the risk. And if the benefits outweigh the risk, and that is usually a common sense kind of thought process. I'm a person who tries not to take much medication, and I completely understand that. But there are some things that we can do, such as providing our children with fluoride in the water, and Jasper has it. Pickens County has, I guess it would be City of Jasper, right? Has fluoride in the water, and just a small amount can make a big difference. As we age, we talked about this in one of the other segments, and our root surfaces can be exposed, or if you have a history of gum disease and your root surfaces are exposed, a stronger topical fluoride that we provide can help strengthen those areas. And there's another product called MI Paste, which has a higher level than other components such as tricalcium phosphate to help remineralize tooth structure. And they work. They work over time and with repeated use. There is another product we've talked about. The chemical name is chlorhexidine. And it was used in Europe, in Ireland and England in the 80s before we had approved it here as a way to help multitudes prevent disease. And it can be gum disease and tooth decay. It fights both. It kills the bacteria that cause all of those things. Unfortunately, it causes stains on the teeth, and then where that might not be as important in other societies or cultures like Britain or, Ireland, we as Americans don't like it. So when I do suggest that it be used, we try to coach a person in how to use it 1 week out of the month and then let it rest another 3 weeks because it still has residual effects in terms of killing the bacteria. Fluoride toothpaste over the counter is fine. I've read a little bit lately about that carbon toothpaste. Have you seen that, Ava? It's black.
No. Oh.
I think that it must be abrasive. Again, I would check. I haven't studied it, so I really can't say with certainty. But my guess is it's going to be abrasive, and that's.
Well, carbon, you would think so.
But that's a new fad.
I'm not sure I want to rub something black all over my teeth.
Well, maybe it's a dramatic difference once you remove that.
I
I don't
guess
know.
so.
So, toothbrush. We've talked about the Philips Sonicare, which I personally truly believe in because of the mechanical action of the Sonic toothbrush. The Rotodent is round and it spins. I think it's the Rotodent, and it just doesn't do as much. If you buy it's a manual toothbrush, softer is better, and it may be counterintuitive, but it's actually better to use soft bristles rather than hard bristles, and you're going to do less damage as well if you're a hard brusher with a soft brush. Can you think of another product?
I want to back up a little bit. Go back to the strips versus paste, and to point out the obvious. I think it's the obvious to me. Any whitening product that is just going to sit there is going to be less abrasive than when you're actually going to scrub onto your teeth.
That's right. You are using a gel that is literally bleaching any kind of stains that are on the surface of the enamel.
And if there's anything abrasive in that, as well
going
as
to
just you're
abrade the
brushing it
enamel.
in.
Yes.
Yes.
Or
And
scratch the enamel.
the Crest White strips, it just sits there, so that automatically makes it less abrasive. Because you're not scrubbing it and rubbing it in and all that. Now, dental floss. Waxed, unwaxed, flat, round. What do we do?
Whatever you'll use.
What?
We don't care.
Okay, just use it.
Yarn.
The little yarn. The little
The flossers
floss on
are
a stick.
handy.
Yes,
They're handy.
The little flossers. They're
handy.
So much
They really
easier.
are. Just
Go
grab
with
and
the
go.
Finger wrap and the whole thing.
It's awkward. So I like the flossers because I think people tend to use them.
So a waxed is not taking less
No.
off
It
the
just
teeth
may
than a
glide
regular.
through better. In fact, Glide is one of the brand names.
Okay.
Whatever you'll use, again.
Whatever
And that
you'll use,
applies
just
to every
floss your
dental
teeth.
product.
Mm-hmm.
If you like the flavor of your toothpaste and it's going to help you use it more often, select a flavor you like.
Now, other than the whitening toothpaste, can you think of any other products that you would just say
I'd be careful
are just
about.
damaging? Yes.
I think over-the-counter mouth guards can be tricky. If you're buying a mouth guard for your child to help protect that child from concussion, and you don't know how to properly fit it because you haven't been trained, then you may not fit it in the way that will help the child prevent concussion. Okay, I personally would like to see most people, and especially in sports such as football, even with all the safety gear, have a custom-made mouth guard that covers their molars so that if their chin is hit, it provides, it's a little shock absorbent
Right.
in a way. So your teeth can't clang together and thrust the jaw bone up into your skull.
Because we've all done that at some point in our lives, people. We've all bumped
And
our
then if
chin
you
and
back-
felt the jar. through
The
our
back of
entire
your head. It
Yes.
softens the blow, basically, because you have this squishy
cushion.
piece of rubber material in between your teeth.
And not to mention protection from possibly breaking the teeth. when they're
Elbows
not
from
together.
basketball.
Right.
It can happen in soccer, although it's not as likely. You're not supposed to be having contact in that sport, and I've witnessed it.
Now, just to let the parents know, if they come into you for an athletic mouth guard for their child, And I know every case is different, so we can't just say it's going to be an exact X amount of dollars. But what is the approximate?
I hate to tell you this, Ava, but I seriously don't keep up with prices because we see so many different insurance companies, and a lot of times it's set by the insurance company that I don't know. I'd like to say a couple $100, but I could be wrong, and I don't want to say.
That's not your department. Is
Actually,
it?
it really, I try not to think about it.
Well, call Jasper.
But I would call and
Associates
ask.
and ask.
And another thing to consider is that if a child is growing, you're going to have to replace it. It's just one of those things that if your child's excited about playing football, and I think it's important to protect them. There's been so much revealed lately about long-term effects of minor brain injuries like concussions. And a lot of our pro athletes are retiring to find themselves with dementia, and their wives or spouses are taking care of them. So it's a super important product that I don't think people think about very often.
Because as we were saying about the blow to the chin, without the mouth guard, it's basically a blow to your skull.
your skull.
Your whole head it can cause concussions, like you said. Because it's taken just a knock here and moving it all the way up into your whole head. Because if those teeth, like I said, we've all done it. Those
You
teeth
can
slam
fall
together,
on the
it
back
hurts.
of your head on the ground too. I mean, there's so many, but it just acts as a cushion and protects your teeth at the same time.
Right.
But it's not just for the protection of the teeth, in case people need to know.
Right. But it does do that. But it's also just for the protection of, like she said, from concussions and such
And
as
we're
that.
coming up on summer. Everybody needs to be careful at poolside and diving in shallow water and hitting their heads or their teeth on. We've seen a lot of roughhousing and broken teeth as a result of summer play on pool sides, etc. So be careful out there.
Yes, that's a scary thing. I was actually trained to be a lifeguard once upon a time and watched a lot of videos of that. That's just so dangerous. Y'all watch where you're diving and take precautions to keep yourself safe. All right, now let's see. What about mouthwash?
Well, Listerine makes a product, and people seem to like it. And I can't recall off the top if it's alcohol-free or not. Alcohol can dry your mouth, so need to be careful about that.
So try to steer
There's
away
a purple
from.
Listerine that people seem to love, and again, we go back to if you're gonna use it, if you like it and you'll use it, just get it.
Right, but avoid the alcohol.
The alcohol.
and-
There are some situations, again, if you have dry mouth from medications, or it's just something that's happening, then you want to be careful about drying it further with alcohol content.
Now, is there, if they are choosing a mouthwash with alcohol content, is there a suggested percentage they shouldn't go over?
I couldn't
Okay.
quote you on that. I'm sorry.
Like she was saying, if y'all have dry mouth, don't use an alcohol-based one because it's just going to dry it out worse. So the purple Listerine.
And people who
Total
have
Care?
trouble, I don't remember. Sorry.
Okay, I think that might be the name of it, but it's purple, y'all.
It
You
sounds
can't miss
familiar.
It. Yeah.
And people with dry mouth can use xylitol products. It can cause some indigestion, though, so you just beware of that. Like xylitol candies or lozenges. There's a product called Nutracell that is by prescription, and we're trying it, and I haven't had enough feedback from my folks who are using it yet to say, yes, this is a great product. There are Biotin products.
I was fixing to ask about biotin.
And the problem is, it doesn't last. I mean, anything that you put in your mouth is only going to be transient. So, sipping on water, having that bottle of water next to you or a glass of water through the day is good, because if you have dry mouth, you're missing that saliva that acts as a wash for your teeth.
Mm-hmm. So now,
And your tongue. We forgot about brushing your tongue, Ava.
That's one of my pet peeves. And I told Dr. Sylvia here that some people just ain't brushing their tongues. And it has become more evident as selfies have become more popular.
Especially
because
with the
these
tongues
cute
hanging
little
out.
girls
Oh,
are making their
no.
selfies with their tongues hanging out, and I'm sorry, y'all, white, nasty, crusty tongues that just look like a big germ. Girls, please brush your tongues.
And it can cause you to gag a little. So
I can't. I have trouble looking at them, and I have.
no, I mean brushing.
Oh, well, okay.
But do it
looking
anyway,
at
and
that
I-
makes me gag.
But believe it, the tongue can cause bad breath. And that's another topic we can discuss another
And if
time.
you're trying to look kissable in those, the white tongue ain't doing it, y'all. So please, 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 please.
Use that soft bristle brush or the Sonicare and brush your tongue too.
Yes, because Dr. Sylvia was laughing at me when I first said that was really one of my pet peeves with the selfies.
I did, and I still am.
Brush them or put them back in your mouth. Woo, that just looks nasty. But
Just don't stick them out. Don't stick them out.
don't stick them out. All right. Well,
We'll
did
talk
you-
again.
We'll talk again. We're going to have to cut this one. We've reached our time limit. We get to chatting and just lose track. But we are so glad you have joined us for Wide Open with Dr. Sylvia Atkinson from Jasper Dental Associates. And she's going to let y'all know how to get in touch with them and where they're located.
We're at 938 West Church Street, Suite 104. Our phone number is 706-692-2611. Give us a call.